Okay, guys, are you able to see my screen? And you people are not getting any background voice as well, right? So yesterday, till yesterday, I mean, in the last two sessions, we have completed this application onboarding task, and we onboarded employees data and also contractors data. We learned about filtering and merging the contractors data, filtering, and account aggregation. So, account aggregation and everything. So now, what we'll be doing is, let me show you my screen. So, if you can see in the application definition, there are two applications. One is HR employees and HR contractors. And after the account aggregation for both these employees and contractors, we will be getting all the identities. I mean, SailPoint creates identities in this like this. So all the identities came. So if we click any of the identities, we'll be having some attributes. So this is the identity queue. So here we'll be having all the information about one particular identity. So in this identity queue, we'll be having the attributes like username, first name, last name, email, etc. These are, as you can see, only username is visible. So remaining fields are all empty. Remaining attributes are all empty. So I guess in my last class I have told you about these attributes, these identity attributes. They are actually of two types. One is standard attributes. So right now what we are seeing on the screen are standard attributes. Okay, so these are called standard attributes. They come along with the SailPoint installation. So other type of attributes are extended attributes. So extended attributes depend on the organization's requirement. Like if the organization has cost center, then we will add it here. If the organization has a location or a region, we will be adding it here. So those are all the extended attributes which we will see later. So okay, so in this session we'll be seeing. So in this session we'll be seeing first identity attributes. What are they and how many types are there? Second one we'll be seeing is identity mappings. Second key concept which we come across in this session is identity mappings. And the third one is the identity type. Let's discuss about this identity map. We have already seen this identity attributes. Let's now discuss about this identity mapping. So here, after the account aggregation task, SailPoint created identity queues for all the identities. Now, 1 second, let me open the CSV file. See, if we see this CSV file, now SailPoint will get confused by looking at the column names. See here how the column name is. It is in the camel case. Like the first letter is small case and the second word in the same column name, the N is in capital letter. So here the identity attribute is like this: first name having a space between two words. But in our CSV file or in our authoritative source, we are having the first name as like this. So SailPoint got confused whether these two are same or not. That's why it gave us blank. It did not fill that field. The last name is also like this, last and name. There is no gap between. So email ID, everything. So SailPoint just want to make sure. See here, the email ID, the first letter is capital E. So there our email column is full of lowercase, small letters. So that's why SailPoint left it blank to make sure uh, the data should be filled correctly. So here identity mappings concept come into play. So what we will be doing is we will tell SailPoint that go to the CSV file or go to this application and match your first name with this first name column. Match your last name with this last name column. So it's like connecting dots, connecting this dot to that dot. Okay, so we are telling the SailPoint to match these attributes to the column names in our CSV file. So that concept is called as identity mapping. Okay, so the next concept is identity type. So here in our data, we are having two CSV files. One is for employers and one is for contractors. So SailPoint looked at two data, but it doesn't know. See, here we are having lot of identities in identity warehouse, but SailPoint did not know which identity belongs to the employee, which identity belongs to the contractor. That's why it left this type column as a blank. It did not fill here as an employee or contractor. So we should also tell SailPoint that okay, this person is a contractor, this person is an employee. So we should mention it clearly. Then only it will fill it here. We'll be able to see it here. So that task also we'll be doing by writing a simple rule. So we will be writing a rule mentioning if the identity or if the person comes from employer's file, then mark it as employee. If the person comes from contractor's file, then mark it as contractor. So in that way, we'll be telling to the SailPoint, and SailPoint does the job. So that is the third concept which we'll be seeing. Next is account correlation. This is an important topic in this session. Account correlation. So these three I have covered. So the fourth concept is account correlation. So here the correlation is nothing but it's like relating our original data to the SailPoint data. We'll be doing that last after covering all these topics. So okay, so till here everything is clear, right? So in this exercise, our main goal is to fill all these identity attributes uh, with the data which is in our CSV files. Understood, right? So as you know, if we click on the application accounts, we can see whether the person is active or not. We can also go here and here in the sidebar, and here also we can check like checking the manage identity, clicking on manage identity drop down, clicking on view identity. We'll be getting the identities which are there in the identity warehouse, all the identities. So just for information purpose, and now we'll start our hands-on thing and fill in all these identities with the information. Okay. Now, first where we need to go to the global settings. In this gear icon, click on global settings. Go to identity mappings. Here we'll be having identity mappings option. Click on that, and if you see here, these are all the default identity attributes. These are all the default identity attributes like the display name, email, employee, first name, last name, etc. So let's click on the first name and a form will be. So here all the details will be there for the first name. So here the important thing which we need to take care of is the add source button. So click on the add source button here and it will ask us for an application. Select the application as this is there will be two applications. So first we will select the HR employees. Select the HR employees and click on add. One minute. It's saying for no attribute was. Okay. So here first we need to select the attribute type. Second. I actually refreshed this. Type is okay. Okay, fine. So here, yeah. So first we need to first select the this one attribute type. We need to select this one attribute type as identity. Next, click on add source, and this will be open. This window will select the application as HR employees, and next attribute select an attribute. So what is the attribute here? First name. So simply what we are doing, we are matching the first name in the identity queue to this first name in the HR employees file. Click on add. It will be added. On save now. That's all. One second. So this is for HR employees. We can also add another source. Like click on add source. Select an application HR contractors. Again select an attribute. Here also select first name. Click on add. So for contractors and for employees, we are selecting the first name attribute. Okay. Next, now clicking on save will map the first name which is in the CSV file to our first name in the identity queue. See here, mapping is done, and here we got like the first name from HR employees. Now, before okay, click on return to global settings. Now, before going to identity warehouse and verifying, we need to do one task. Go to okay. Let me show you what happens if we go to identity warehouse. To identity warehouse and click on some identity, and here first name is still empty. So what exactly happened? Even though we mapped correctly, we need to perform a task. Go to this setup, drop down and click on tasks. Here we will be having a task known as refresh identity. This is the task, refresh identity queue. It is a default task. So what it will do, it will perform a full refresh of all identities. So by right clicking on this task and clicking on execute in background and OK, click on OK. Now go to identities and check to identity warehouse. Yeah, see the first name column has been filled successfully. Click on identity. See here the first name has Kim. Okay, it's 1 minute, guys. Okay, in the same way, we need to go to this global settings and identity mappings, and we need to add all other identity attributes in the same way. See, I'm clicking on identity attributes. So in this way, we need to fill all other identity attributes. See, I'm clicking on last name. I Okay, this string. Okay, now click on add source, select application, click HR employees, select an attribute. Since this is last name, we will select last name. Click on add. Next, again add source. Since you are having two applications, select HR contractors, select an attribute, last name, and click on add. Okay. Actually, here for first name, there should be like this string, but I don't know why it is showing as identity. Actually, it should show string. Okay, let's debug it later. So now I have added these two applications. Now I'm clicking on save. So again, I have to go to that tasks and click on identity refresh. Before going there, I will also add other identity attributes. Like now, let's go to the type. Okay, this type is different when compared to other identity attributes because here we will be writing a small rule. So here, what happens is type. Type will actually show whether a person is an employee or a contractor. Okay, so here clicking on add source, here we need to go to application rule. We need to select this option, application rule. Next, here we need to select the application, and here we will write a small rule like click on this three dots and write a rule name like employee employee attribute employee attribute actually. Simply we can write just one line of like return employee in inverted commas and colon. This is one line of code, and rest of the code will be there in the already SailPoint is already having it, the rest of the Java code. So we will just write one line of code and it will work. Next, clicking on save and selecting this rule employee attribute. Click on this add button. See, the source mapping has done for the type for HR employees. Now again we need to do this for HR contractors application. Select HR contractors, select the rule. The same rule we can apply here, no need to write another one. But here we need to change. Okay, here we need to actually change something. Here we need to write like return contractor. So this is my rule. So contractor attribute. This is my rule name. This is a new rule. Okay, so click on save. So for HR contractors, I will be selecting contractor attribute. Now click on add. So source mapping has been done. Now go down, scroll down, and click on save. Done. For first name, last name, and type has been done. Next, we will do it for display name. So for display name also same method to add source. Select an application which are employees. The display name. Display name will be full name. Right? Click add. Next, add source. Again for contractors. Display name full name. And scroll down. Click save. Before verifying in our identity warehouse, we will have to run the tasks. Which task do we need to run? Same task which we ran before. Refresh identity queue. Right click on this. Execute in background. Click on OK. Now you may check this in the task result. Select the task, click on this task result tab, hit refresh. The latest task result will be shown here, and it says success. It is showing identities examined 51. So the task result is success. Now let's go to identities warehouse. See, first name has been filled, last name has been filled, and the type is also filled accordingly. For employees, it is showing as employee. Contractors, it is showing as contractors. So select any identity. Let's see here, first name and last name has been filled. Type is also filled. Now, manager is a different concept. It should be actually like this. It should be a clickable link. By clicking on it, the manager profile, the manager identity cube will be opened. Actually, here there is a small problem. I will have to check this. You people, while doing it, make sure it contains string there. It should be having a string, not identity. Okay. Till here it is clear, guys. So we have mostly filled the standard identity attributes. Now we will move on to extended attributes. Okay, so we can also edit, like if okay, like we can also edit if we make any mistakes. Like as you saw, I went to global settings and selected this first name attribute, and I selected this one, the attribute type as string. So before I selected identity by mistake. So again, by reselecting the string, I corrected my mistakes. So now my identities are normal. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to this extended attributes. See, as you can see in our CSV file, there are not many columns. See here, like cost center, job title, active, user, location, region, department, and all. But in our identity cube, there are only the basic, the standard attributes. Only few information, few attributes are there. So what we will be doing here is we will add few more attributes, and they are known as extended attributes. So let's try to add a new attribute called as department. So go to this to this identity mappings. So here we'll be having an option. Sorry. Okay, are you able to see my screen, guys? Okay. Okay, I thought I stopped sharing. Okay, now in these identity attributes, we are having an option called as add new attribute here. So click on this add new attribute, and here it will ask us for attribute name. So we will be giving department, small letters maybe. So display name is not required. Only the important fields will fill. String, that is same. And here we will click on add source. Application, we will select first HR employees. Next an attribute. Select department. Click on add. The same goes for HR contractors as well. HR contractors, select an attribute, department, and add. Here, one more thing we need to do, which is important actually. So this one, searchable. So we need to check this box because the department should be searchable. I mean, when we while auditing purpose and compliance purposes, the team will try to check a person uh, which person belongs to which department. So that's why we need to select this searchable thing. And also we are having uh, group factory. Group factory in the sense there will be lot many departments like HR, finance, payroll. So we can group people based on the department. So in our say in our classes, we say we will see how people are grouped in based on department. So like that we'll be seeing in future classes. So that's why we will have to check this box and this searchable option. We can save. Sorry, I didn't get this department. Department, yes. Yeah. By default, it is not searchable. So as there is no identity or attribute called department here, so we are creating a new one, right? So that new attribute must be searchable. One second, it is giving me an error. Second, let me check. Department searchable factory source. Sorry, today I'm actually in the office, so a lot of disturbance is there. That's why I'm no, I'm not able to focus clearly. So department HR contractors. Okay, okay, it is added. Yeah, so the department is added. A new attribute called as department. And here we can see it is searchable and group factory. Group factory you understood. We can group people based on this department. So for filtering purposes and to see how many people belongs to this particular department and all, we'll be seeing that. We will add another attribute called as location. Location, and this location should also be searchable. Most of the attributes should be marked as searchable. And next step, location can also be group factory. We can also group people based on location. And the same process again. Add source. Select HR employees. Select an attribute. Location. Click on add. Next, HR contractors. Select location. Click on add. Okay, that's all. I've given the name. Click on the save. Location attribute is also added. Okay. Next important one is this employee ID which we forgot to fill. Employee ID. This is also searchable. Employee ID cannot be group factory. I mean, we cannot group people based on employee ID because it is a unique one. So click on add source. Select an application HR employees. Select an attribute employee ID. Click on add. Next again add source. Select an application HR contractors. Contractor ID. For contractors it is contractor ID. Click on add. That's all. Employee ID will be save. If you don't have employee ID here, you can click on add attribute and create a new one. Next, again, there are also other columns. Second, target column. Okay, there is a region. See that attribute region. So this is also searchable, and it is group factory. To add source, click on HR employees, select an attribute region, click on add. Again, add source, select HR contractors, select an attribute region. Next, add. Okay, that's all. Everything is clear. Click on the save, and the region will be added. Next, we'll do cost center. Searchable. Cost centers might be same, so it can be group factory. Click on add source, HR employees, select an attribute cost center. Here, add. Next, add source, HR contractors, select an attribute cost center. Click on add. That's all. Next, click on save. Cost center department display name ID. Email is not required. It will be the organization email one. So the first name, is done. So we will see the job title. Job title, and for job title also searchable and group factory is to be filled. Add source. Go to the HR employees. Select the job title. Yeah. Click on add. Okay. We need to add another source for contractors. HR contractors. Job title. Okay, for HR contractors there is no job title, so no need to create for this. Only for HR employees is enough. So click on save. The job title is done. So go to tasks, run the identity, refresh identity queue, execute in background. Okay, task results, refresh it once again. Might take some time, depending on the number of identities. So it says success. Now go to identity warehouse. Yeah, click on this any of the identity. Okay, so here we have added all the extended attributes, but here it is not shown. So this comes under a separate topic actually, like the user interface that we'll be seeing in the debug page. That will be in the debug page actually. I'll be showing it later. So we have done all this. Yeah. So guys, till here we will see in today's session. Tomorrow we'll continue the rest of the part. Okay. The manager correlation I'll explain in more detail tomorrow, and also we'll be doing user interface thing. Okay. So till here you might practice, and tomorrow I'll be explaining this in more detail. It's rapid setup. Okay.